Today, I'd like to encourage you with a thought that the Lord has been pressing upon my heart for these few days. And it's very simple yet so profound. That we, as we go about our daily lives leading, we leaders have the ability and the potential to influence. But many a times we do not influence, or when we influence, we lose out that belief, the faith and the fire that can make a difference in people's lives, in believers' lives, in anyone's lives, as we impart, we impact, and we inspire. One of the things which cause us not to impact or influence with the fire that and the way in which God wants us to do is that circumstances and situations somehow tend to take out the life from us, take out the fire and passion from us, take out and change and prefix our mindsets and have us to stop in our blocks and not go on to what God has for us for the day or the week or month, for the purpose that we are supposed to pursue God's calling upon our lives. Well, if we would have our congregations come in for the weekly ministries or the weekend ministries, Sunday services, go out into the marketplaces, the community, and guess what would happen? There would be a transformation. There would be an awesome community life. There would be all people across our nation and many nations being good and doing good. And there would be peace on earth. And all goodwill would be spread all across all nations. Well, what happens to our passion? What happens to our fervor, our faith? Is that we somehow get choked, we get suffocated, and we tend to freeze or we tend to burn out instead of burning in and burning continually, burning for the Lord and having that fire inflame the hearts of people. Well, if we work within the atmosphere of the earth, we would understand that for fire to burn, it needs combustible items. It needs, for combustion to happen, it needs oxygen. Well, if we keep our eyes and we keep our understanding based on planet Earth and within this atmosphere, then this is how we will function in real life, in our faith life, our faith walk with God. When we don't see things happening in the natural, we believe it gets into our prefix minds that nothing is happening, nothing can be possible, nothing can happen. But God says, what is impossible with man is possible with me. And with God, all things are possible. And like the Apostle Paul says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Well, we got to understand that this God does not function only within planet Earth or within the atmosphere that surrounds planet Earth and needs oxygen. This God, this awesome, mighty God who has created the universe, the expanse of the universe, I'd like to share with you this mighty God who has created one of the stars, which is the sun, so to speak, for our solar system. It works not on the existence or the preeminence of oxygen, but it works on hydrogen and many other gases. Well, if you see light coming in from the sun and heat and energy, well, this is how the sun works, the sun functions. God has created the sun. It takes the sun within itself, it takes light elements and it smashes the light, many millions of light elements into heavier elements. And guess what? It produces light, energy, and heat, and much more. If you look at the stars in the universe, well, they only don't function on oxygen. They function on elements. They function on nitrogen, on carbon, on oxygen, and hydrogen. Well, God is beyond our human understanding. And God works well beyond time and space. So if we are to be combustible and have fire in our heart, in our lives, in our ministries, we need not to depend on the conditions that surround us or the things that that control us, so to speak. We need to be controlled by our mighty God. We need to lean on the everlasting arms of God. We need to go about in faith. Faith not in situations or self-belief, or faith in human beings or in our support systems, but faith in the mighty hands of this awesome and mighty God who has created all things for his good purposes and for his will to be done on earth as it in heaven. I encourage you, pastors and leaders, to believe in yourself and believe that God is with you, to believe that all things are possible with God. God will always make a way. God bless you. Be encouraged.